Mm-mm-mm. Alright, what's good, chat? One second, let me tweet out the stream real quick. Give me 1 second. What's good, use joke? Give me 1 second, I'm just tweeting out the stream. Alright, what's good, chat?
The LA Thieves are pummeling Toronto Ultra.
It's good, Jewel season, Yixi, what is up?
Lost to the Heretics, they clearly took quite personally, Chance. And right now, sadly, Ultra, they are the next team.
We do have an update, Yixi. We do have an update. I will let everyone know when people start getting in here, because I'm gonna have to fucking repeat it multiple times. But wait, is the audio working here on this broadcast? I'm gonna reset it just in case. It's got Kinder, Weston. What is up? Any word on when the replica rings will ship out? No idea. That's something I feel like Hex would have a better answer for that. I'm not sure. Sorry about that. Boys ready for champs? Yeah, we're working on it. We're looking good. You guys hear it? I bet. Is it a good good level? Just like under my voice, but still you can hear it.
With my boots on the ground. As soon as the packs hit, your boy was tired.
Whatever doesn't have control is my favorite. Let's take a look at East Coast, West Coast.
East Coast, 100%.
I lived on both. West Coast got the better sun, got the better vibes. I'm going West.
Can we test the resolve? The mind games and
Could go a tad bit higher, but it's pretty good. Got you. I'll go a little bit higher.
Known for some Wim Hof breathing techniques. Here we go. Into the vault again.
How much fight do they have?
Save for the end of the stream, so when you're about to hop off, then everyone gets the update. I hear that. Yo, I leaked the champs patch for 100 subs or what? Should I like beg for subs or what? No, I'm joking. I'll tell you guys eventually. I just want everyone to get in here, then we'll like talk about it. No, I'm doing cardio. JP, save me. What kind of cardio you're doing? You just running or something? Bro, I haven't done cardio in a minute. I was in a 2-week long thing where I started doing running, but I don't know. I'm lazy with that shit. Like I'll go to the gym every day, but cardio I gotta get better with, honestly.
They're on time. 2 more dead. The Thieves, where are you guys?
In spawn, and they got to get past Kleenex, and that is not going to be a fun situation. 2-man stack as well. First segment already captured.
But again, morning stream, typical morning stream chat. Gonna be talking with you guys, talking over VOD. But we do have scrims later on, so it won't be like such a long stream, obviously.
You'll take it. Ultra have come to play here in Vault. We asked the LA roster to no end about how good they are on this map and mode. And so far, it's about.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be, what, 25 to 19 in the life count. And again, they had 2 minutes and 21 seconds to capture.
Do scrims play differ before champs as opposed to the rest of the season? I don't think so. I mean, obviously, I think people are going like just a little bit harder because it's like the final push. But in terms of like the gameplay and stuff, I don't really think so. I would say the only thing about the gameplay is like everyone kind of knows how to play it already, so it's kind of just who executes it the best. There's not really much of a... I mean, there is a skill gap in terms of like knowledge stuff, but it's not as much as what it was probably like a few months ago. Like everyone kind of knows what to do, if that makes sense. It's just like who's the best at executing it and doing it in the moment.
Now you have a minute left. I mean, this is has been a minute and 20 seconds of Ultra not being able to go through anywhere on the map, able to take over the middle of it and maybe work your way out towards the B zone. CleanX is here without any support.
Yeah, the 2 minutes and 15 have gone, and now
Chat, the last 2 days have been super overcast.
testament to the LA Thieves resolve.
It's kind of depressing, but
Slow and steady.
your boy's trying to get out in some sun. I guess we'll have it soon
Setting pace.
in the summer. We're gonna have some crazy weather this summer, so might as well delay it as much as possible.
And they're just getting red the entire way. They're looking at Ghost. Ghost is over here now, guys. We got to pick him up.
On behind me is Envoy, and now I'm stuck in the middle with you. Oh boy, it's so much damage. Insight, he's gonna buy.
Is there any new GAs that you're aware of at all? No.
Sensational. 5 lives.
No new GAs.
Seconds of round. They will be able to sprint their way down towards the zone, but I would wager it's not going to be an easy fight. 5.7 lives now depleted. Thieves on the approach, and this could be it. Oh, but we're holding. Oh, there's one man left of the play. Beans stay alive. Can't
How's the boys looking? Looking good. Getting the final steps in before champs. We got what? How many weeks? Probably around 3, 2.5.
The 2 segments on the B zone on the objective front. That is certainly a decent round coming in from Ultra, but for the situation.
Delay it when it's hot, when it's summer, when it's hot, or when it's hot, so you don't want to go out, or when you don't want to go outside. Yeah, I would say so, but I do try and at least get myself to try and go outside each day. No, I'm not the super gamer habits anymore. I'm trying to at least get some vitamin D, if you know what I mean. Just at least like a 30-minute walk or something. I just feel so lazy if I don't. Is Amp gonna pull out the compact on Skyline? Not sure. Maybe. Fuck it. We'll see.
on the attack now. We'll see how successful they can be towards A. And so far, success thy name is at least dressed in red as they find their kills. Scrap finding himself another.
Let me
spree still down.
actually do it a little bit higher for you
Two for
guys.
Hydra, 3 for Hydra, 2 for Scrap. They close out.
So which patch is control chalked? Is Codcaster chalked? All right, chat. So to give you guys the rundown, the league has decided that we will be not updating to the new patch. So we will be playing on the Major 4 patch for champs. That is what we were told this morning. So the same patch that you guys saw in Major 4 is the same thing we'll be playing on it for champs. So same controls, that type of stuff.
He's checking, and the timing was good enough. Gets away with his life. Beautiful stuff. Scrap still in the middle.
Yeah, the control changes obviously weren't going to be great, but I didn't mind the AR no muzzle and the reinforce on the Jackal, but honestly, like, low-key, I'm glad with the control shit that it's not completely changing right before the event. Yes, ARs will still have muzzle. It's the same GAs and that sort of stuff. I know Ant, I believe, brought up just in case, like he was like, yo, if we don't update, would you guys still be down for no muzzle? First there was no response, and then people started responding. I don't think anything was made out of it though.
30 seconds. Hydra's going to be able to stop the
JP with the dramatic pause. I was trying to make it as dramatic as possible. I'm not gonna lie. I was trying to bait you guys into thinking something and then
that they're known for.
going the other way.
Hydra. Wicked work from Joe. Lovely angles now. Back over towards A. Beans holding it.
Would you prefer to use the new patch if they were able to fix Codcaster, or do you like the old patch better? Honestly, to me, I don't really care. We were gonna have to learn, or we were gonna learn the new control regardless. I think in terms of competitiveness, I think it's better because we played control the whole year, and for them to change it like for the last event would have been weird. Like I said before, I think the gunplay was like a little bit better with the new ship, but to me, I don't really care. I think that not changing control is a much better option. But if we were to have updated, I wouldn't care. Like, we would have still been down for it. Appreciate that, Orlando. What are they going to play on for EWC? That is something I'm not sure of, though. So the thing with EWC, chat, the thing with EWC, at least last year, I'm not sure how it will work this year, because I guess, you know, they are partnered with CDL this year, but last year we had no access to CDL accounts, which means the ability to roll back patches. So last year when we played on EWC, we were playing on like the newest version of the game, I'm pretty sure. So I'm not sure if that's a MENA server thing or the fact that CDL didn't lend them server-based things. I'm not sure how that ended up going or like why that was the case, but that's what I'm telling you. Like, at least maybe now that they're partnered with each other, then we'll have this access and we could roll over if we wanted to, or we just update to the new patch for EWC. What patch are we playing champs on? 3. We're playing on 3.0 chat. We're playing on old control major 4. Oops. Guaranteed. Hopefully they fix Codcaster by EWC. Yeah, I would assume if we were going to play EWC on the regular one, I would hope they would still be trying to make that that change to fix Codcaster. Which is funny, because like honestly, and Sharfin brings up a good point, challengers will be playing challenger champs on 4.0. So we'll be playing on 3.0 the whole time. They're going to be playing 4.0 at COD champs. And then at EWC, we're going to have to go to 1. And it's either going to be 3.0 or 4.0. So I wonder what they do. Because both teams, or like challengers and pros, will be playing at EWC. So there's going to be discrepancy on which we play here. Because challengers are going to have a lot of experience on 4.0, and we're going to have a lot of experience on 3.0. So that's actually that's a really, really good point by Sharp right there. So that'll be interesting to see what they end up doing. It's going to be 4.0 because challengers don't have CDL accounts. Probably, I think they could probably get them CDL accounts created for EWC specifically, but that's a different story. I don't think it's that hard to make the CDL accounts, especially when the CDL servers would actually work on MENA, assuming with the partnership that they have some type of MENA server there with that, or I guess whatever LAN server we're playing on is CDL server. Hey, Lionize, appreciate the sub, my guy. Thank you. But yeah, someone will have a disadvantage for sure. Either the challengers or obviously us. But yeah, same patch, major 4 patch. And at least control doesn't have to fucking change. That's the biggest thing for me. Again, gunplay I think could have been cooler, but who knows? Fuck it. At least it's no change in control.
On the attacking round, it'll be an interesting theme. It's like the early meta.
Pin comment of chance being an old patch probably goes a long way. Oh, I got you. Champs will be on same patch as major 4. Let me pin that.
And just maybe expose the fact that LAT is out of position if you're hitting that lane.
Yeah, they're sticking with game twist. So game twist the same. Again, no are still having a muzzle in the AR. It's all the same gunplay stuff. Everything's the same. Whatever you saw major 4 is gonna be the same.
Instead of trying to push through the zones, he pushes back to make sure that his boys don't get any kind of spawn trap situation. It's good ground game, avoiding the armbar. Kleenex still dancing. He is.
Does the team think it's a W? Again, we were down to play either. It didn't really matter to us. I think it's probably more of a W because control didn't change, and I think we're still like a pretty good control team. But yeah, I mean, we would have probably learned the new one fast anyway. Are you going to watch the ECW doc on stream? Is that the one with Rob Van Dam and Rob Van Dam and who is it? Sabu. I think playing on 4.0/.5, I figure at least season 4 reloaded will be out by then. Would be more interesting because challengers teams stand a little bit more of a chance. Yeah, I'd be actually interested to see what we do for EWC. No, yeah, I know he meant EWC. I know. But in terms of the EWC doc, are we allowed to stream it? I know it's Prime, so it is technically still Amazon via Twitch. Maybe I'll watch it. The thing is, like, I don't want to watch us losing. Like, this is after we win champs, and of course, the thing that they document is us losing the phase.
ton of lethals. All the tacticals making their way over the top. Good news, the cars are all destroyed. But win these gunfights to still get a man in position whatsoever.
16v13.
But I think it is a cool story. Obviously, like since phase 1, it is a cool story to do it on Jaws for sure, with like his background.
Envoy's found the route. Joe Deceives trying to force it through mid line, but he gets cut down, and now Envoy is the thorn in their side.
Oh, he's a thorn in their buttocks, and it's tough, man. Oh, Envoy's hurting them, dude. That's tough. I feel like advantage.
Zoom is watching on stream. Heard that. Yeah, maybe I'll take a look at it. We'll see. Again, I think it's cool. I'm just not sure. Like, I would want to watch it because I just don't want to see us losing. Like, that's why would I want to relive that? I do like the story part of it for sure. Maybe I'll just skip the parts of like when they beat us in semifinals. Is the muzzle on the AR G8 for champs? No, there's still muzzle on AR because we're on the old patch. Again, we brought it up. I think Ant brought it up in the rep chat. At first he didn't have any response, but then people started responding. I don't think anything came out of it, so it'll be the exact same shit that you saw at Major 4.
The last few explosions, someone's got to get on there.
Just get the trades. It's one pinch roll and with a snap from Kleenex. The man is on point, and last man standing Envoy knows to give away his life. But that should be defense secured, even if we get to the round 5. Ultra, they are looking good right now on Vault.
How are scrim matches looking? Everyone wants to know scrim stuff. Federal questions, unfortunately. But I appreciate your concern. Treyarch is a joke. I don't want to say they're a joke, but it's definitely not the same Treyarch that we know to grow and love.
This may be a slow awakening, not awakening, for Ultra. A good battle thus far, but obviously in control. It's not over till it's over. But a defense now for Toronto. And you don't have to make it pretty. You can give up.
Glad I stopped answering scrim questions.
You want to get the win here.
I never really ever answered them. If anything, I would say they're going fine or whatever, like just to not give any info. But even at that point, people would still clip that shit. Why did y'all decide on Major 4 pass? Is it because of new vault spawns? We didn't decide. That was a league-based thing, so we had no input on the matter. Heard on optics timing every team, yeah.
They've got themselves numbers now. 2-man on it. The reverse side is so interesting. This is actually working out. Envoy alive. For now. Kleenex through the back. What a kill from Hydra. That's beautiful stuff. And he's still going. He's still in top up. In a position to now pull these players off a spawn. Even with
No, you'd say we're getting shit on. Yeah, I mean, I guess I could do that because that's like guaranteed. Jesus, voice crack. That's like guaranteed fucking no info. The problem with that is like I do understand the want to know like how things are going. So that is like a fan I would like I understand it. So I don't want to like be such a dick about it too. You know what I mean? But yeah, it does get a little repetitive, unfortunately. And I like that's part of the job. Like I expect that to be asked. That's just how it goes, especially with not being streamed.
down on lives. But that means very little. A clean wipe and a 4-stack, and this is over.
And Ultra, they're just playing such a delicate game. They're passive, but they're making sure they're always in positions to at least be able to clean up these kills. A 5-life.
What I'm surprised is like it still keeps getting asked, even though it's like we know that shit doesn't matter. Like it matters to an extent, but shit, we could fry in scrims and still do poorly at a tournament. It's happened before. It's happened in it happened earlier this year. It happened in major what was it? Major 4 NW2. It's like even if I say we were frying or whatever, it doesn't necessarily mean anything for the tournament. Sometimes it does. Sometimes we fried and then gone into the tournament and did well. But sometimes it doesn't, you know. You'll be at Champs, hope to meet the team. Hey, what's good, Clem? It's very, very possible. I assume we'll do a meet and greet at some point.
Oh, and look at that awareness. Yeah, they're tracking Envoy the entire way. Joe Deceives there for the trade, so no art control. The pressure on the B zone is gone, and this is it. Ultra the dog that they have in them when they are down. Joe Deceives and Kleenex elevate.
They have been everything, everywhere, all at once on.
Chat, so you guys were talking about Ant pulling out the compact or whatever on stream. Did that get buffed in Major 4 or is that, or not Major 4, in Season 4? Because I think it was the same in Major 3. Low key. Might have to have him pull it out, fuck it. Was asking if you thought current patch was good, a Fed question? No, not really. Again, we were down to play either. We just wanted to know as soon as possible so we can get ahead on the control shit. But honestly, for us, it didn't really matter. We thought the gunplay was still good, or probably a little bit better with the no muzzle AR and reinforced SMG. But the fact that control's not changing, I feel like, in my opinion, benefits us because I think we're a good control team. We 100% need more minors and majors in a season. I agree. I agree. Definitely more minors. The fact that we only had 2 minors just feels weird to me. Because, honestly, I feel like we had so much more time to do more.
Unreal, man. I mean, you just took it to the thieves in their own home. You took them to Vault and you walked away with the goods. 3-1 highlights. Lordy, what a map that was. A surprise here.
It's not been buffed since Season 2. Yeah, I think that's what it was. I think it got buffed in Warzone is kind of what I think I remember seeing. But I don't think it's had any change since Season 2, I believe.
The gentle purple giants of the north.
FaZe back-to-back, then Thieves back-to-back. It only makes sense for Optic to go back-to-back now. Greenwall believes. Good luck, coach. That's a fire message. I like that, Steez. Appreciate it, man. That's a good-ass message. Holy shit. Bro just told the future. Bro just cemented destiny. Could do minors during the week. What would you think of that? I would fucking love it. Any sort of, again, chat, any sort of meaningful reps, the more the better. Because I feel like we don't play a lot of matches. Chat, how many matches have we played this whole season? We haven't even played, what, 50? We played, what, maybe 40 something? Let's actually see. Standings. Does this count the minors, these standing, chat? Like the actual win-loss record? Why isn't this updating? Hello? Hello? There should be a minor halfway through the stage, or every stage. Agreed. Dude, the page isn't even loading. Oh, there we go. 41 matches. We played 41 matches total across, what, 8 months? I feel like that's insane. Chat, if you go back in the day, regular season plus LAN and everything, bro, teams would play like literally like 4 times this. How many LAN matches have we played? That's a better question, because obviously we have 41 online. So like, let's say, let's go to LANs, obviously. We played, and obviously we didn't do well at most of these LANs, but I just want to see in general, like how many we've actually played. Why does this not load? Hello? There we go. All right. Let's say, okay, no, let's do this. Yeah, let's just do LANs. So I don't want to do minors. I don't want to count qualifiers either. I just want to see how many LAN matches we actually played. If this would ever load. What is going on with this site? Hello? Bro. I'm about to go to Codpedia. This is crazy. Own League site won't load real quick. All right, we played 1, 2, 3. 4, 5. 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12. 12? Cryptic, you said 13? All right, whatever. 12 or 13, regardless, that's insane. To put that in perspective, that's like what every team would play guaranteed at 3 lands back in the day. Because they would play 4 pool play matches every day. Or every tournament. So we played 12 LAN matches the whole year. What? That feels so insane, no? So is Muzzle G8 or what's going on, JP? Where can I find the GAs? Muzzle is not G8, but we are on the old patch. So like if you were playing new patch, technically it would be G8, but old patch, no G8. So since we are playing on Major 4 patch, then it's you can use a muzzle and you're still using gain twist on a sub. You need a league with relegation of challengers teams. I think promotion relegation would be good. I just hope. I mean, I think the problem is it's a franchise league, so that's like the issue. I don't know how they would do promotion relegation inside of a franchise league. I think that was the whole basis of why I don't think franchise league, or part of the reason why I don't think franchise league is necessary, because of that idea that you could put money into it, like a team, and not care for it at a certain point. But I do agree. As long as the orgs themselves care about the scene, I couldn't care who comes into the scene or how they get in. Open bracket leagues to qualify for LAN, like CS would be nice. Bro, it's crazy that we're even saying like it would be nice, or as if it were like CS, because of how the shit used to happen like 8 years ago. It literally was already part of the ecosystem for Call of Duty. That's what sucks. That's what like the dagger is here. It's like we literally had already developed that. Is there any talk in the background of CDL maybe chalking it? I need that more than anything. What, chalking the league? I mean, I don't think chalking the league would be beneficial. I think them just restructuring it would be the idea. I feel like chalking the league itself would be a bad idea. I think you just need I just think it needs a restructure, you know? Or you mean just like the CDL thing? Yeah, I don't know. I haven't heard anything about it, but I don't have too many behind the scenes type knowledge of that shit. They're making too much money. Are they?
That's also a huge kill from CleanX. He makes sure to hunt down that kill quick enough that opens up the back spawn for his teammate. They are desperately gonna need.
If you're talking about Activision, yeah. But if you're talking about CDL, I don't know.
All of them. Beans is the only one up on the left side of the map. That is a blink and you miss it moment there from.
Because I don't even know if it's necessarily like a money making thing as being a league. It's more of just a promotional thing for the game, obviously. So operating cost wise, they're probably losing out, I would assume. Why don't they go back to the CDL? Is it more money? I think it's based on, if I had to guess, it's based on their goals and what they're trying to do in terms of viewership and stuff, which makes no sense to me, but I don't know. Obviously, they wanted to have a franchise partnered league, so open bracket at that point is chalked. And then obviously, they don't want to have pool play into double limb bracket with the open bracket like we did before because of the multiple streams that were needed, which in my eyes doesn't really matter as long as there's eyes on the product. It's eyes on the product, but I guess they want numbers for the mainstream. As in the main like alpha stream. And it's obviously more cost to run with the multiple streams. Like more staffing, more more hours and shit like that.
Right-hand side shoulder, nobody right now, but the kills were great. Left-hand side, and
Remove control, they'd make millions. I don't know about that, but definitely think this should be the last year we play control if I had to guess. Or if I had any say in the matter. To me, I'm just bored of that shit. And I know everyone else is bored of that shit.
Slammed by Kleenex in a 4-man white thieves. 3 players are going to spawn out, and Kleenex has a freebie on scrap. Another rotation one, and it's another blink and you miss it. How fast those dominoes.
Just run a Bravo and combine the viewers when they release stats, it'll go through the roof. Yeah, I mean, that's what I assume. It must be a specific, you know, addition to the operating costs for them to have the multiple stream or something, or something is lost there, and that's why they obviously weren't doing it. Because we did have it, if you guys remember, at what was it, Major 1 MW2, the Raleigh event, where we had the open bracket and then we had the multiple streams. The fact that they haven't done that again, really, is crazy to me. That Pro-Am was like the best run Pro-Am. And it had that CDL, like, and CWL feel to it. Or, sorry, yeah, like the MLG CWL feel to it. Like this weekend, I guarantee viewership was higher with both us and FaZe playing at the same time. I don't know. I would actually like to see the numbers on that, like how the Bravo stream actually did.
Everybody in the right spots at the right time. Honestly, LA Thieves may be happy that they were able to battle on this P4 and get a little bit of momentum because they did not have those spawns. Simply though, they need to heat.
JB, I'm curious, do you play COD at all or are you only coaching? I don't really play too much. I'll play pubs and shit at the start of the game. Maybe a little rank play when the rank play drops, but I mainly just watch. Again, with all, even with all like the cheaters and shit that I see nowadays, I'm like, why would I put myself through that personally? I don't know. You have to have like some good ass mental to deal with that shit. To me, I'm just like, I don't want to even put myself through that. I like watching a lot. You know, again, if I'll play at the beginning of rank play or when the game drops, but a lot of shit that I just don't have patience for. And honestly, if I'm gonna be completely honest, I don't have as much fun with the new gen titles. Like ever since basically MW 2019 came out, I haven't really had much fun on the game, like playing the game itself. I like watching it, love watching it, love breaking it down or working with a team in it. Playing it itself, fuck. Not my cup of tea, honestly, anymore. It would need a drastic change, like if we you know, maybe this next game with how it's like BO2 remaster or whatever, maybe, or maybe the addition of jetpacks again, maybe it'll get me back into it. You didn't like MW 2019? No, I absolutely hated that game. I think that was the worst thing that could happen to competitive COD, personally, because of its growth, because it got absolutely bailed out by Warzone. I think it completely shifted everything Call of Duty knows nowadays. How helpful for networking is going to events, and are the people in the scene welcoming and helpful? A lot of the people in the scene are welcoming and helpful. Everyone's super nice. You go up to anyone that like works or like any person that you're a fan of, I'm sure they'll be like super cool with you. Like even if you like talk to shit on them online or in a Twitch chat or some shit, everyone's gonna be cool in person. In terms of networking, I mean, that's on who you would talk to. It's like if you are able to talk or have the opportunity to talk with the right people, I guess it could be good for sure because you see them in person. But it would just be on you getting the opportunity to talk to those people. It got bailed out by Warzone and lockdown. People had no choice but to play it. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it too, personally. So players playing on the same patch for the past 3 months? Yes, Steven. Yeah, that's right. Actually, I'm not sure when the last time we actually did update was. It's been a minute since we updated. I guess right after Right after Major 3? Was there an update after Major 3? I would assume right after Major 3 was the last update. That we're playing on, at least.
Envoy making his way through stairs, stuns, nades, everything being thrown his way. The phalanx attack now as Thieves, the pincer, they are in. Pistol from Ghosty, last man standing for the Thieves.
And how about that from Ghosty because of all the time he soaked up on P3.
I've abandoned COD, played since COD 3, grew up watching Hex, been watching Optics since the Sniper montage days, but this year got Dark Matter and stopped playing and haven't played since. Yeah, I mean, even from my IRL friends, anytime we play COD, it's usually when it releases up until like January, February, and then everyone kind of just goes to something else. Which is why I always think it's crazy that we don't have our first LAN tournament until like the end of January sometimes. Because I feel like the hype is so dead for a lot of like the casual viewers, you know? At that point. My opinion, 19 was good for pubs. I actually got into COD because of it, but when from what I've heard, comp was awful on that game, and to be honest, 5v5 looks horrible for COD. Yeah, basically alibi. Honestly, I if you ever have the chance, I would run back one of the older games if there was ever like a new remaster or something that you're able to play, because the ones right like before MW 2019, even if you were to just go to BO4 or something, those games were so much fun. In my opinion, comparatively to these newer games. I hated Vanguard more than MW 2019. Am I crazy? No. Again, I think you could say the same for either, honestly. Like, I didn't like Vanguard either, personally, playing it, but I personally would rather play it than MW 2019, but to be honest, again, none of the games, I mean, Cold War was the closest, but I don't even count Cold War as part of it because it was basically not even the same engine and everything. That was the only good game, or at least the only, in my opinion, the one that played similarly to old CODs. Everything else has been super new gen, super different compared to what we were used to. I agree with you. MW 19 ruined what COD used to be, introduced dynamic aim, Warzone maps, and multiplayer. I mean, you could go on for a lot. Continuation of 5v5. What was it? Dead Silence as a field upgrade or whatever. Gunsmith. They didn't even have a mini map at the beginning of the game. Do you guys remember that? Or didn't you have to like use a perk to get the mini map or some shit? Bro, like there was so many weird changes that they made that it was like, what the fuck are we doing? Remember chat when you had to use the compass? I think it was like the beta or something. No red dots. Did they have no red dots in that game as well, or is it just MW2? Regardless, I mean, there were so many in my opinion, there were so many design decisions that I was just like, no one asked for this. Like, what are we doing here? You know? That's the way, at least, I feel like everyone in the competitive scene thought about it. It was like, dude, no one asked for any of this. Like, we're just making changes to make changes at this point. Do you think we'll ever see 5v5 COD again, Steven? No. I think 5v5 is done and dusted. That shit will never come back. COD just plays so much better 4v4. With the way the games are made and shit, like, it's so much better 44. Is Champs old patch? Yes. As you can see in the pinned comment. Let's watch this series, Megan. Holy shit, I just now remembered the no minimap. Yeah, that was some dark days of COD, right? Do you think Control will ever be replaced, and with what, if so? I think it will be at a certain point. I just don't think it's as good as game mode as hard point and search, guaranteed. So the chances of it like not being changed is wild. I would say if there's wall running or jetpacks, it's 100% uplink. And if they don't have uplink in the game, it's a fucking travesty and an absolute failure. I think there's multiple options. I think headquarters is something I'd be willing to try. I think CTF only if the maps were good for it and it was high, fast paced and very high scoring, and a very little small ability for stalemates. So obviously very big caveats, but maybe doable. I think another option is something like War. I've always talked about this. War, I think, would be really cool as a competitive game mode. It could take a long time though. That's the only issue with it. Same thing with Sabotage. Sabotage and War both, I feel, are good game modes. The problem with it is the time it would take to actually play those. It would be a lot sometimes. When is Champs? The end of this month. Champs would be, or Control would be a really good game mode if there were maps actually designed for it. Yeah, I would say if the maps were designed for it. I personally actually thought it played better with Specialist, personally. I think BO4, obviously the maps were made with Control in mind because it was the first game with Control. But I think like Specialist timings helped that a lot for BO4. But I mean, a Raid was a great Control map in my opinion. I think a lot of the problem with Control maps is a lot of them are sometimes super defensive favorable. And a lot of them, you win a break sometimes and it can completely, you know, win you the round sometimes. Or like you just ride the momentum off it and the game is basically over and you just have the life lead the whole time. I've gone back and played AW and I want to play BO3 8 soon. Jetpacks are awesome, but I don't know if I'd really like the old CODs with how fast the TTK is. I come from Halo/Battlefront where the TK is very slow comparatively. I mean, the TTK now is so much quicker than the old CODs. At least the old CODs you would have gunfights. Fortress Control, heart. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen that comment in my in my chat before. Fortress Control, heart.
Looking for the fourth. Gets double chow at the backside. It's going to be a frenzy here at the hard point. Yeah, it's just a double chow. Luckily for Rocker, you had a couple that spawned up, even with that forward pressure, so you do have an early contest. But numbers going the way of Optic. That is going to be a 3 death, but it is a close alley spawn here for Minnesota again. So some more gunfights coming through.
Raid Control is the best. I think Raid Control was definitely the best CDL era control map. What else would I put there? Chat, what would you put as the best CDL controls? I would say Raid. I'd put Hotel in there actually too. What else would you put? Tuscan? I don't even like Tuscan that much, but I guess maybe. I'm talking CDL, Evil. I understand frequency for sure. I would say honestly, all the BO4 ones are up there and probably just as good as Raid, if not better, maybe. Karachi, I agree with. Karachi. If I had to make a map set, I would say Karachi, Hotel, Raid for controls, if we had to for CDL. You think TTK is faster because of aim assist? I think it's more because of Gunsmith and the guns itself. But yeah, I guess aim assist as well too. Invasion, nah, too defensively sided. 6-star wasn't a control map. I think if I had to make a CDL map set for control, I would put Raid, Hotel, Karachi, personally. And what's the fucking, you know, what's the common denominator here, chat? It's all of these maps were at least 40% plus offensively side or offensive win rates. Hotel, Karachi were both 50+%. So how do you make a good control map? You make it 50-50 or maybe even slightly offensively favored. There you go. Now actually doing it and making the points for that and shit, a little hard, but definitely doable. Now let's see what were the worst ones. Fortress, Gav, Asilo. That shit was awful. What do these all have in common, chat? There's fucking probably like 20 to 30% offensive win rates. High rise. Proto, I would say Proto before the change to the A site. Or sorry, the like the boat site. The B site, sorry. But after the change with it moving next to the tower, I think it's much, much better. I think people might have that first what's called the first impression of Proto being bad because it was bad, but I feel like it is a lot better now. You see, I mean, you see it being played a lot more. Remember, chat, when you would never see it played? Because no one wanted to play no one wanted to play offense on that shit. Remember when we had, what was it, chat? 40+ vault controls in a row? That was before the change. This was, bro, honestly, the proto control change was probably the biggest W change that they've had all year for the maps and stuff. Obviously, bringing rewind back for search and hardpoint was a W too. But as a developer, the proto control change was actually really fucking good. I will say that. Checkmate too. Checkmate was awful. Also very heavily favored defense sides. Garrison too. Very heavily defensively sided. There's a common thing here. What was the snow map? Expo. Expo I didn't really mind, but also, I don't know, it was pretty mid. Proto is still incredibly ass. I don't think it's, I mean, compared to what it was before, I think it's nowhere near as bad. Personally. Crossroad was the other snow map. That was the Cold War one. Yeah, we only played 2 control maps at the start of the game, chat. Once Hossie came in, that was just ended up being the 3rd. Rewind control was horrendous. We didn't even play that shit. But from what I played it in ranked play like a couple times, I was like, this is awful. Do you think Modern Warfare 3 would have been the best COD if it had sideways slide and sprint? So you mean last year with Omni movement? I mean, it would have been better. It's not the best COD though. I don't think anything CDL Arrow would ever be the best COD, personally. The game has changed way too much for my liking compared to what I believe should be what COD is. Would I say Omni Movement MW3 better than Cold War? Now that's a discussion that you can have. I'm not sure though. I don't think so, because I still think Cold War still played how COD should. But that's a much better discussion, I think. I think MW3 was already better than Cold War. Would you have said that if they didn't have... Okay, this is how I would see it. I do think the maps saved both games, but I think now I'm thinking it more. I don't know. I think there you have a really good discussion. If you said MW3 with Omni movement, I think it could have a chance. But there again, there's like the way spawns worked in Cold War was so much better. But I do think, like looking back on it now, I think Cold War maps saved the game too. Similar to how the maps saved the game last year. Because if we didn't have Express, S&D, if we didn't have Standoff, if we didn't have Raid, obviously, for all 3 game modes, if we didn't have APOC, like, we would be on some serious shit. But the game itself played more balanced and more like COD. I think the maps fucking saved this game, though. I think the maps saved the last year's game, too. Rio, 6-star, Vista. Is Fringe being tested? No. Fringe isn't even in the game yet. Also, we're playing the old patch, so we wouldn't be able to anyway. Maybe for EWC. We don't know, chat. But, yeah, no Fringe. When it comes out, maybe. Depends, again, it depends on what we're playing EWC on, and we don't know what we're playing on EWC on. Optic success is an X factor too for public's opinion on the game? I don't think so. But who knows? I don't think that would have a factor, or should have a factor at least. It's a shame Rio, Vista, and 6-star didn't get a full life cycle. You know, it's a shame. We played the same amount of COD for BO2 and BO3 as we did MW 2019. Now that's a shame. How's Sprimson going? We've been gonna get slammed, unfortunately. Has it been all new patch, or when did y'all switch back? We played the new patch for the first 4 days, 3 days, 4 days, and then we switched back on Monday. And we've been playing the old patch since. APOC might be the best CDL map we got closely by Rio. No. I do think, I like the map. I don't think it's best CDL map. Original CDL map, I would say Moscow. I think Moscow is the best original CDL map with like 6-star and then Rio, in my opinion. Just because in my opinion, I think 6-star played better in search than Rio did. So that's why I put it a little bit above Rio. But 6-star and Moscow are 100% 1A, 1B for me. Wait, do I still have the what's it called, the command here, chat? Let me see. Oh, I still do it. Oh no, before it was like we got 250 0 60 30 or some shit like that. 1 second, let me refill this water real quick.
He's been brilliant. I mean, he puts up a 11-0 performance in the qualifier. That takes you back to like a TJ like Cold War performance on D. He had a 12-0 like ages ago. You don't get many flawless games like that a year. Not expecting that here, but still a bit of.
Wait, before we watch more chat, I forgot we gotta do the Wordle and Gridlock. We haven't done this in a minute. All right, who should we guess first? Miami. Let's guess someone on Miami because that literally just popped up here. Let's do super. Fuck it. Oh, we got 24. No chips, no rings. 24. Who's 24? Is Abe 24 or is he 25? Oh no, but it says no rings, no chips. I'm an idiot. Let's see. Do Afro? Is Afro 24? Oh, he's 23. But they played on London and he's a teammate with Afro. So who do we have here? We have LA team. So it's only been London. So it can't be Nasty. It can't be like Alex. Or Alex wouldn't be 24. Zero's too old. Gizmo? How old is Gizmo, chat? Is Gizmo 24? This might be an insane poll. Fuck, no. He's 23. I was going for an insane poll there. Who's 24? 24 from England, only played on London. Or from what we know. But he teamed with Afro and Gizmo. It's gotta be... Wait. Hixie? No, Hixie has a chip. Harry? Harry. Let's go, chat. Let's go, chat. Oh, bro, look at how many people had to do 10 plus guesses. Average of 8 guesses, we got in 4, chat. Fuck yeah. Zero was too old for it. And he has chips, obviously. Are we playing the new patch for champs? No, Rise. Look at pinned. Unfortunately, we are not, if you wanted us to be. But we are playing on a Major 4 patch. Alright, let's go. Where's the games? Gridlock, chat. Lock in. Okay, let me get my pen out so we can do this. Okay, C9, at least 1 ring. Let's go with my boy. Recently retired attach. At least 1 ring. Team with Alex in the CDL. Damn. That's hard. At least 1 ring. 6 event wins. We can go with my boy Damon. LAT, at least 6 event wins. We can do like Ken. US, at least 6 event wins. We can go Krim. US teamed with Alex in CDL. We can go like GodRX, the old Minnesota team. US C9, we can do like Kremp. LAT and C9, that's where we can do Kremp, actually. Now I just thought about it. We can do Kremp here. We'll do US C9, we can do like Mac. LAT team with Alex. Can we do Afro here, chat? And Alex 1 ring. Who teamed with Alex that has a ring? So Alex was on Minnesota. He was on London. He was on Minnesota. Who's that Minnesota team? Was it Asim, GodRX, Alex, Assault? Is Assault here? Or no, Assault was Assault LAG first year? It's either Assault. Oh no, Silly, right? Silly was on that. Silly was 100% on the team. So I can do Silly because he has a ring too. I don't know if Assault was, but I know 100% Silly was. So we'll do Silly just in case. Was Assault on that Minnesota team, chat? Or was he on LEG to start CDL? I'm gonna go Silly regardless. So we'll do this. Alright, let's do Karma first. We'll do Ken here. Do Krim. US 6 event wins. US team with Alex, we'll go GodRX. Mac for US C9. Kremp for LAT C9. Attach for 1 ring C9. Afro for LAT and Alex, because I'm pretty sure they teamed with each other on London. And then Silly here, and we should be good. There we go. Wait, so could I have said Adam Assault here? Oh, I could have. Let's go. Okay, I would have been right either way. Hell yeah. Let's get it, boys. Come on now. Perfect grid. Wait, so was it Adam Assault at the beginning, or was it a different point of CDL? Adam Assault. God. I was like, he either started on LEG or he started on Minnesota. And I couldn't remember. Oh yeah, he was on Minnesota. There we go. It was Silly, Assault, Godorex, Alex, ASM. I actually got the whole fucking team right. I didn't think I would have. Hell yeah. GG's.
For sure. Well, I just think he's a guy we always talk about.
So I could have done either.
I mean, he is the system.
Did I do the regular Wordle yet? No, let's do that real quick, actually. We'll do the regular Wordle and we'll do connections. Fuck it. Oh wait, I did CDL Wordle. Chat, what should we do? Let's do, someone said aches, so I'm just gonna do aches for this. Alright, nothing. How about party? Okay. How about Talon? Fuck. How about XATXX? Watch? No, CH had been used. Can we do... What can we do? What can we do? Or maybe it's T at the end. I feel like it's T blank blank. Hmm. Let's try with T at the end. It's XNXX. Yeah, definitely not. I just use the X's as like placeholders so I can kind of like visualize it. Maybe like an IT ending. How about BAXXT or BATXTXX? I keep going for like batch or something, but I don't have CH. Oh, how about BA blank blank T? BAU? Bro, I don't know what this could be. Mount? No, I used N. Fuck. Oh no. That would have been Mount is with a fucking O. I was looking at like Mont. Maybe I was looking at Taunt, but I can't do T. A. I can't even think of a word that would go here. Is doffed a word? Not a word. Dude, this is hard. Why do I think it's a B? Like B-A blank blank T. This might be chalk, chat. Fatted, is that a word? Not a word. Fad. Maybe it ends with a T, man. Vault. I was thinking vault, bro. Fuck. Can I do something here? Vaunt? No N? Oh, yeah, you're right. Boxed? Is that a word? Bro, what is this? Max it? Is that a word? Max it? Fuck, dude. Magit? Madit? Mabbit? Mabbit? Mammoth? Jesus Christ. Mackit? You're really close, you had the T in the wrong place? Fuck. I don't remember where I was close though. I'm just trying to get a word so I can at least get letters to fucking work with. No hints, Chad. No hints. Usually it does not take me this long for this shit. I feel like an F has to be in here somewhere. Bro, what? I'm just guessing some crazy shit now. I tried Fathom. You just said that in the chat. I tried Fathom. That didn't work. Maybe it ends with a T. Gamut? Is that a word? Nope. Gamut? That is a word. So now we know it's fucking XX or XATU. Did I not try Fathom? Maybe it's... I have no idea what this shit could be. What? Matic? Wadum? Is Wadum a fucking word? Bro, what? Datum? No way. What the fuck is that mean? A piece of information? That's what... Oh, it's just a singular of data? That's a thing? Dude, I never even knew it was... I thought data was just singular and plural. What? I don't know, bro. What the... Whatever the fuck that was, that just checked me. That actually just checked me. Not sure if you answered, but how do you feel about the patch news? To be honest, I didn't really care. We were gonna be fine on both, in my opinion. But I like that we don't have to change control. I think that's in competitive wise, I think that's much better. Because we've been playing on the same shit the whole year. And to change it right before champs would be kind of weird. Alright, let's do this one. Maybe Apple, Eve, Snake would be the last one. Maybe it's bait, but I'll keep that in mind. Summer? I'll keep that in mind. The brink, the rim, the cusp, and the verge. What? Maybe it's not rim. Brink, cusp, verge. It's like the edge of something. The bumper, maybe? I don't like that. No, bumper, spoiler, rim will probably all be car parts, right? Actually, let's do that. Grill, rims, bumper, spoiler. Brink, verge, cusp, Eve. Eve, Apple was the fucking bait. I told you it was the bait, bro. Wrench, turner, plunger, pipe. What? That was also bait. Oh, like crowbar. Why did I say turner? Wait. What? I'm getting ahead of myself. Pipe, crow, wrench. Is turner and then plunger is part of this? Or, oh, is it a snake for like plumbing? Let's try to get the other one to see what we'd actually be missing. So the other one would in turn then be there, right? Oh no, plunger would probably be with snake. Snake, pipe, plunger, wrench. So what is turner, apple, crow? Are these names? Are these names of something? Like names of famous singers or something? Like Tina Turner, Sheryl Crow. You know what I'm talking about? I think that's what... Turner, Apple, Crow, Summer. I feel like that's what it's going for. I'm gonna try this. Hell yeah. And what is it? Is this like famous singer names? Hell yeah. Best female, what is it? Back to puzzle. Best female rock performance Grammy winners. Hell yeah. Come on now, chat. Alright, back to VOD.
good to see him.
How much time we got, chat? I probably got like 45 minutes.
Continue to make the run, though. They're going to need a win here in the map, too. To dealership, we go. And we'll see how Optic Texas try to pick apart this defense or find their opening for the plant. Two playing mid, two playing towards B. It looks like they're starting to group up and take this. Gio's going to be the one deep on defense. Estriel is going to be the help through the window.
Bro, who was doing the oh yeahs in the crowd? That shit was actually pretty funny.
And then waiting for the go call.
Yeah, Kenny's just making sure that he's keeping A Street honest, right? Making sure there's no rotation back. Well, this could be on Kenny. Did you see the two players, Shotzi and Mercules, did it put some pressure on him?
He needs help. It's Nero that's coming.
Yeah, immediate rotation through the vent, but they have the info now, does Minnesota Rocker. And well, behind that, they're actually going to wrap back. So, dealership's such a small map. You can try to find timings just like this.
You're going to have fights on two sides of this. Kenny's taking space and might end up running into Shotzi. On the other side, Hook is being pushed up and pressure to Gio now to get the stop. 25 seconds to go. Kenny gives up A Street and wraps out.
That's just what is the timing on the
Plan
bomb?
coming down.
And then when does Shotzi go?
Plan is in. Who's going to get the blood? Shotzi's going to go down. We swapped A Street.
If you have time after this, you should watch FaZe Miami map 1. Oh, yeah. I completely forgot we were going to do that on stream.
This year, and he continues it.
I'll do that after this map.
From the opposite.
That'll be the next thing we watch.
Pinned, hunted, and dropped. Around to Optic and
Anyway, speaking of, did they tint the bead stick doors in the current patch? Did they? There was actually something that that players brought up when we were playing on the new patch. Does Hasi look darker on the new patch for you guys? Like by the fences and shit? I was kind of noticing it while watching it too. But the map itself is like they took away a lot of the lighting around the fences. Is that like legit? Because that's what we noticed, like only, what was it, 3 days maybe that we were playing on the new patch? Yes, is that true? Wonder why they did that. It was like, why the fuck does it look darker here? And then we looked back at the VOD and we're like, oh my god, it does look darker.
on offense. Not going to be that type of. Okay, well, he's just going to do it over here.
Yeah, so do it over here.
Slam you in the face.
Hercules. I mean, Optic, they were trying to go quick up middle of the map. Still might have a quick flank. You see number 5 and Hoot just throwing shoulders. Shotzi wants to stop the bomb plan, does just that. You have nobody middle of the map. Then Hoot was able to get one. So numbers change in favor of Optic. Shotzi just wasting time putting bullets in.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, Nero got the blood. Can he actually get back to his team clean? And he doesn't. He doesn't take the long route. Tries to cut it up through mid and gets caught. So
Chat, what's going on with the CS major?
there from Hook.
Has Simple played yet? Or they haven't played yet, FaZe?
Shotzi
Let's see HLTV real quick.
nearly gets caught.
Oh, they don't play till Saturday. Falcons and FaZe both play at 10 o'clock.
Well, he's going to find all the info, and that's going to be the comms to his team, right? That they might be wrapping over towards A. And if you're Rocker,
Why do teams not plant safe when they have no control of mid? You mean on B site? Because if they play out or plant outside here, someone can shoot it from out here easily. But yeah, I agree. I think you have to basically plant for the other side.
you only have 25.
It's just a prayer. Well, they're assuming that this guy is watching over, but a lot of times, like the mid person can just kill you off bomb. So like, I think
Back and forth, and there is the
it's probably safer for a lot of people just playing on the other side. But
He's going to get there. Oh, my God.
I hear you.
This off. The 2 versus 3.
You just have to be basically. I feel like you have to have people watching over you. It's the only choice, watching over you that way instead of this way. But yeah, it's just a choice, I guess. Or you can just plant safe. You just have someone activating late middle so that this guy on the window can't do what he does.
I mean, Shotzi just doesn't want to like over.
It's one or the other.
And then he ends up getting caught. There's just nobody else there from Optic.
Well, when I saw, like, this split from Kenny and
Saying that they're playing on a patch from 2 to 3 months ago for champs, Treyarch fall off his crazy.
catch a timing with the plant, but he said he hops up on a bomb.
B site feels like it gets sketchy a lot.
Doesn't end up happening.
I think it only gets sketchy because of the whole window shit. I think the window is like everything. I feel it's just so important, that window, and like you have to keep your eyes on it, but you also have to late play for it, but you also have to make sure that like you have control of it, but you also have to make sure you have to control of the site itself.
First blood again. Kid plays with no fear, but that is not the best timing. You can't get away. Buys enough time maybe for Estriel to get in position to get 1, 2. Give him 3. Around. Rocker. Estriel Nero with the opening win and information though. Back-to-back.
So we'll watch this map and then we'll go watch the phase 1 chat. You guys were asking for it. After this round, I thought it was chalked. The heck? It's never chalked.
He's still 48 HP, just a couple of missed shots and you get melted.
Rocker all year, regardless of team. We just talked about the grit, how difficult it is to put them away. They rarely get 3-0'd. Yes, they did round 1 versus Heretics, but usually you're going 4 or 5. I don't care what the map set is. That just seems to be the case.
Well, that's what's talking about on the other side for Optic when they win map 1.
Could be a Fed question, but do coaches get some of the champs prize money as well? Depends on your contract. Some coaches have prize pool percentage in their contract.
I mean, you've been finding so much success early in the round. Yeah, I mean, heat check. Hero's just sending it at you. Now you're going to rely on the boys to clutch up, and maybe they will. Estriel takes down 1, needs a little bit of help. I thought the angle...
Oh, the 2v3 round?
I thought he was going to catch Mercules, but doesn't have the angle. He's going to drop. Too much to watch as Optic have numbers, and they'll bring it back. 2-2.
Yeah, there was that fight that was going down towards B, but Kenny works out middle of the map, puts some shots in, and then I think just gets caught on some bad timing where Shotzi...
Yeah, you realize that Mason obviously used a towel. This is only the second time I've ever had a player, a coach use a towel. But I do know some people that do it. Happy was the other one. Suda, if you guys remember him. I know I saw he also used a towel like this. But it's interesting because it's like some people use like a gamer grip type thing. Some people just use a towel. Some people don't even have like to do anything. Some people just rub on their pants and shit, like their hands. But you do see a few gamers in each esport. I feel. Is it better to take over B bomb and retake A if needed? Depends on your game plan. Depends on if you would rather retake A. You see a lot of teams do it, but you also see a lot of teams do counters A then retake B. Like, if you ever watch Miami play this map, they'll basically like triple counter a B site and then play retake on A, or they'll triple counter A site and then play retake on B. But it's all dependent on what you think they're gonna do and what your game plan is and how you guys want to attack it. I gotta go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back, chat.
This is how Optic play dealership. I mean, just a lot of misdirection on both sides. Mercules and Shotzi thinking about taking middle of the map, but that's going to be shut down by Estriel and Nero. Hook going to slide across, but still a minute to work with. Nobody really in a rush. And if you don't show, maybe Rocker over rotate, but still some info. Gained by Estriel. Maybe a mistake.
Oh, yeah, Mercules, good job avoiding that. I thought he was going to take a little bit of friendly fire. Sub in hand again, though. And he wants to get forward. This kid can do it all. And he's got so much information on the backside of it, but it's the third first blood for Nero. Mercules is going to get caught. Nero's going to get 2. Still winnable, but it's not maybe anymore. Dashy left by himself. He gets caught and dropped. Nero is either feels like winning the round early or getting caught early. But yeah, 3 first bloods through 5.
Well, very similar to what Shotzi's been doing on his defense, just finding timings through those middle of the stairs. That's where Nero is able to find that first. And I like that play from Mercules, because what he's seeing is if there's 2 middle of the map, really what is open here for Rocker, for Optic to push up towards that B street. And maybe he can work the flank or get that bomb down. But they're just ignoring the middle of the map. And
yeah, I thought once he got there and had all that information, like, you know where the Rocker push is coming from. It's mid or it's on the flank.
Yeah, but Nero just gets the timing.
Yeah. Kenny Green, it's another dude! Running at you, finding multiple, finessing, hitting the nade. It's a one-man army in the form of Nero. 4 first bloods. Dude, listen, we've had some big X-Factor / I don't know, turn it on type players over the years. Whew, he is on a short list of freaks.
No, I mean, he might be #1 in the league. Like, honestly, just guys who you can blink.
He just blacks out.
It just takes over a map. Dashy almost makes it interesting by finding 2. But Rocker able to play their life now, starting to work this objective. Just waiting for Mercules. But, I mean, these rounds are so fast due to Nero.
Yeah, a little off angle there from Geos. Lay him prone out in the open, considering no chance it's going to be on for Mercules. So gets the last one. And, yeah, I don't know. How do you stop that?
Why is the new patch so bad? I think it was mainly just the control spawns. The control spawns obviously got fully reworked in the new patch, so that's why people didn't like it.
Just seems like every decision he is making is working out. 4 first bloods for Rocker, 2 for Optic, all 4.
The patch supposed play on doesn't matter or doesn't impact the viewer much at all. Yeah, I would say to an extent. I think a lot of people do like to see that they're playing on the same stuff as the pros, but I think a big majority don't really care. If I had to guess, but who knows? Maybe that's some like importance to some people. I personally wouldn't matter, or it wouldn't matter to me because I don't really play as much. But I could see it mattering to some people. But for the good majority of viewership, I don't really think so. Yeah.
From an offensive team, right? Both of these teams playing it slow, showing different looks, but depending on the matchup, a lot of the times we'll just see a hits. Finally, Optic go to it. They're able to find that first blow.
Did Treyarch have the most insane fall off of all time? Shit.
Which one it was, but it was literally all B, or sorry, all A.
I think it has not only does it have to do with obviously a lot of the developers leaving and going somewhere else, but I think it has a lot of thing to do with them having to spread out their resources to a lot of different areas of COD, where it's like they're having aspects of Warzone, and they're doing aspects of rank play itself, and they're doing aspects of X and Y and Z and zombies and this and that, and they probably, I don't know, in my opinion, thinned out a lot of the people who used to work on it. What patch will EWC be? No idea. We don't know yet. Shit, we just figured out the champs was on Major 4 today, so. We probably won't know until like right after champs what we're playing for EWC, because EWC is not for like a month after champs, I believe, or just under a month.
Yeah, so on offense, just taking up the A street. On defense, it's who really makes the impact play, gets that first blood, and as you said, Gio has a nade in his hands. It drops. Hoof's got a little bit of help from the mid window. Just so many of these rounds. Well, I mean, they've just been so quick.
I swear, I just don't remember.
I think it would be really cool though if they see. I do like how every year we do get new, like a refresh on everything, but I would like to see some type of just. And I know it's fucking pipe dream, but we've always talked about it, but like just a competitive COD, and just it gets developed by one developer only. But we consistently have map updates. We consistently have updates with everything, with the guns, good balance and shit. Like, it's just like a dream at this point. Kind of like Halo is now. Yeah, but you also do want it to have a big like refresher each year. That's the problem right now, I think, with Halo is like it was very big and popular at the beginning, but they're 4 years down the line and still playing the same game that still lost a lot of its player base after like the first, let's say, 6 months or a year, you know? I don't know how you would make it so that it always is consistently new, but it would always have that core of like the competitiveness of COD in general, or that competitive side. Thanks for the update. Hey, no problem. No problem. I'm just relaying the message.
Just doesn't matter the weapon. Well, dude, so I said what? It was 4-2 in the first bloods. They haven't got one since. It's been all Optic Texas with the bloods. It has been all Mercules, as he now has 3. I mean, in the series versus phase, even on the protocol, like he was finding a lot of opening kills.
Please let Sledgehammer do it. Is Sledgehammer the best developer of these, or the better developer these days? Honestly, probably, yeah. I think last year's game in terms of development, in terms of the updates that we got, the map updates, the new maps, I think were all pretty beneficial.
Find the advantage early and often and run away with the series. Trophy there just in the nick of time. Eats one.
I'm not going to say it was perfect, but it did have some really good things that went with it.
1-6-4, now 6-9. All on Estriel and Gio to bring it back to the 2 versus 4. You get 1 for free, you'll take that. Much more winnable now. They've already pulled off a 2v3.
And they should have all the information with him able to catch catching Dashimil map, just what they were trying to do. Well, you can see all of Optic are through on the flank. Mercules is going to wrap back to
You see, Infinity Ward is planning to make their game.
Pedestrial. Should jump down to this AR in hand, and well, that player's just going to back away.
Thought he caught one again.
Oh, he's in the right spot. I mean, what a read from Mercules.
Read them like a book.
Sorry, I was looking at my text. Do you see Infinity Ward is planning to make their game in South and North Korea? Yeah, I did see that leak. To be honest, it doesn't really matter to me. Hopefully we'll get some cool maps or something, but apart from that, it doesn't really matter to me. That's more of a campaign type thing. Oh wait, let's watch the FaZe Miami. That's what you guys want to watch, map 1. What a fucking banger hard point, by the way.
You know, the hot city control, that was their go-to, but recently only 4-2 throughout stage 4 in that one. But we'll talk about that before we get there. But yeah, it's sort of what map.
I haven't, dude, chat, when's the last time you guys, do you guys play the COD campaigns? I haven't played a COD campaign in full since, actually, I did hear that MW 2019 and MW2 actually had pretty good campaigns, but I haven't played a full one since BO2. I think BO2 was my last full campaign that I did, which is kind of insane. You guys back to regular skin schedule? Yeah. I got 30 more minutes on stream. Actually, probably more like 20 minutes. I gotta be there a little earlier.
If you talk about his series first phase and that stat line he put up, it is probably one of the most impressive individual performances when you talk about 2 teams playing this year.
Haven't played since World at War. Jesus, that's even longer than me. I do remember the World at War campaign being okay, like pretty decent. Obviously, it was the first one. Like, or no, obviously I played COD 4 campaign. That dude, COD 4 campaign might be my favorite all time. COD 4 campaign was godlike. Is Kyler feeling better? Yeah. Yeah, where did you hear that, by the way? I was gonna say, where did you hear that? How the fuck did you hear that? Oh, it was like a few days ago. We scrimmed really fine today, or fine yesterday, so we're chilling. It was just one day. One of the best COD 4. Yeah, COD 4 campaign was godlike. I think the original MW2 one was godlike too. I think the COD 4 was the best so far that I've ever played. I can play that shit over and over again. Earl Grey, I'm not gonna lie, I did the same shit, bro. The gamer score was half the fucking reason why I did a lot of shit in video games on the Xbox 360. For some reason, the dope that you would get when a notification popped up with the gamer score, that might be top 3 dopamine hits all time. I'm not even kidding. That little whatever bling fucking notification thing hits the spot every fucking time. Black Ops 1 was my favorite. Black Ops 1 I did feel was a good campaign too. Dude, 360 had the dope factory. I'll be honest, everything about that system was just pure dope. Is the gap between Major 4 and Champs too long? Probably. I think so. I think it's a month. It might be a little much. But like I said before, chat, I think it's not so much the gap. I think it's the gap between anything competitive. If we had a I wanted to say season, but midway point of a minor in between now and in between Major 4 and Champs, I don't think it would be as bad. Where you have some type of competitive reps, maybe some storylines get created right going into Champs. But the fact that it's a full month, no competitive, that's the reason why I feel like it's pretty AIDS. Then yeah, and then another huge break before EWC. So it's a month to champs, and then it's a month after to EWC. Just tune in, Zinc. Look at the pin chat. We'll be playing on the Major 4 patch. Does it make prepping more difficult too? I'd imagine yes. Yeah, probably. Just because it's like the last VOD that we might have on any team would be champs, or sorry, it would be Major 4, and that would be a month earlier, a full month earlier. So they like a team could technically do the same shit, or they could completely change how they wanted to play map.
Like they had no interest in pushing that until they snuffed him out. Incredible work and an incredible lead. Granted, Heretics I think are going to make a run at some point, or are they?
360 controller is still the best controller in my opinion. It's up there. I'm trying to think of one that would be better. Chat, what's your favorite controller of all time? I think 360 is the best for any like Xbox / PS4 thing, or sorry, / PlayStation thing. But what are, I mean, you could say, could I put GameCube up there? GameCube controller is fire, but I feel like 360 was might be goated. PS4. You guys like the PS4 over the Xbox 360 controller? I'm not talking about like overclock and all that bullshit. I'm just talking about like the feel of it and everything. Like the feel of the controller, not how it plays and shit. If that makes sense. Because obviously you can overclock PS4, you can't overclock a fucking 360 controller. I feel like 360, I feel like GameCube has a special place in my heart too. I didn't play the N64 as much to like get that shit, but that shit was crazy. That was like one of the biggest controllers of all time. Original Xbox controller was a fucking behemoth as well. Have you guys started scrims yet? Yeah, we've been scrimming. The Wii controller? Hell nah. Adjusting from PS5 to PS4 was miserable. I heard a lot of people having trouble with that. That's why I was really surprised when Ant made the switch. I was like, you sure about that? But he did it, and now he's comfortable on PS5, so. N64 controller was something. That shit was so big. That shit was massive. And you wouldn't even hold it like a regular controller. You hold it on like the middle part. New gen Xbox controllers feel better than the old ones in my opinion. 360 controller, my finger would go numb. Jesus. Really? When I only had the Xbox One controller, and I thought that was worse than the 360 in my opinion. I didn't really like the 360, or the Xbox One sticks. I know a lot of people like it. I think Ant plays with Xbox One sticks on his controller. Clawing PS5 is harder if you have small hands. Oh yeah, I mean, Ant had to claw with. That's why he had to change to shooting with trigger or with bumpers rather than triggers, because he couldn't claw with putting his finger on the trigger to shoot. Or it'd be a lot harder, I should say. Not that he couldn't do it, but it would be much harder. How's scrims been, if you don't mind me asking? We're getting slammed. But I appreciate your concern. The C stick on the Xbox, or sorry, then the GameCube would dig into my fingers when I had to use it specifically for Mario Party games. Mario Party games were specifically designed to fuck your controller up. I swear. Those C stick ones and any of the insane tapping ones. I swear it was an inside thing by Nintendo to try and get you to buy another controller.
Let's get into our third set. 13 points separating these squads. It felt like FaZe had a chance to blow them out early, but that P2 hold during the listed in, so good from Heretics. And honestly, they've just been playing way better.
Yeah, big Nintendo, bro. Literally big Nintendo Corp with their greedy ideals of making people press buttons way too fucking hard and use their buttons way too hard in their Mario Party games.
Easier. A big play here from Abizi. He's trying to set up maybe for P2. Just have them worry about him. You see, this drags two.
That's the one thing I do like with the PlayStation controllers was shooting with bumpers.
Well, they catch Simps sprinting.
Because I still do shoot with bumpers with the PlayStation controller.
Chance to get off spawn and battle back. FaZe will have another opportunity at this to make it messy early in the P2. Heretics trying to get to their spots. Worried about the water route. Worried about Pluck the Rock. They're all just going to send it in right there.
Fuck it, get the boys on a Street Fighter arcade controller. Jesus.
They got how many they're able to spot, but Rancor was able to line up too.
They should get spawns here.
Oh wait, yo, when's Summer Games Fest? I was watching some of the PlayStation shit yesterday. Is that this weekend, chat?
So it's a 3 versus 4 for a while.
A hit stick would go wild? What the... Bro, a COD hit stick would go insane. What the fuck?
On the hill, able to find one. Trades going down.
I guess we already have it with the door bust shit.
That way. We still have one on either side of this. Rancor medals both
Are we getting reinforced back on the sub? No. On our patch, at least, no.
still to earn. They can't win it, but they can get
We're still using Gain Twist for champs.
has turned up in the second half of this game. Really, the Heretics team just got hot after the slow start. Lock it
Been off ranked since last season. Is there a new Jackal class by chance or same old, same old? So if you're playing ranked, people are using reinforced instead of Gain Twist. But honestly, bro, you're in ranked. Does anyone actually follow the GAs in ranked? I feel like I would follow the GAs to a certain extent, but if it was some like attachment based shit, I don't know if I would follow it. Let's be honest. Nah, I probably would. I'm just saying that.
Does find one, so the ARs of FaZe trying to keep them in the game.
This is crazy. They almost lost this, by the way.
too many things to watch. Heretics are in 5 p.m.
Fest is tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern. Heard that. Appreciate that, Con.
Turned it on at the midway point. Have not looked back. One more
How did they almost lose this?
deal it. Not quite yet. Simp able to get two. He draws there with the help. Or
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. How does this go back to P1? I've already watched this, obviously. Like, I know what happens, but, like, the fact that it shit does go back to a P1 is fucking crazy.
somehow do this.
Are they not using muzzle still on AR? No, they are. For champs, we will be using muzzle on the AR, chat.
And we are done.
At least for right now. At the current moment, it's the same GAs as before.
The 5 straight. Get them back into it. There's a team kill. At the point. Gets on it. So contested there long enough. Rotation the tick. Rotation is real. But the boys are flying over. FaZe still a chance to do this.
They have to get on hill, able to detest 199, 249, and Abizi's gonna be able to get two.
Sweet Jesus.
Somehow we have had some insane hard points this weekend, and we're gonna have another one. Map 1 winners final.
Dude, I thought he was going to win it right here. As soon as he took this low wine route and Draza didn't kill him, I thought they were going to win. And then Draza kills him right as he gets on time. The fucking tick didn't count.
Metal's always on it for half a second.
That shit was insane, the timing of that.
It just continues to be a half second. They need that one more half second to close it out, but they cannot find it. Oh, this is stressful. There's a team kill for
How much of your analytical skills of COD would you say came from watching versus actually playing, would you say?
And they did the first.
Not a lot from playing, I'll tell you that. A lot of it from watching.
Well, everyone's did kills here for FaZe, but they cannot win here. We're gonna go to a P1.
Actually, pretty much all of it from watching.
To the P4.
There's a team kill. Pressure to Abizi now. Pressure.
Because I don't play at like such a high level myself. I would still be like pretty decent level like if I played ranked for sure, like with a team and shit. Like I'd probably be Crimson Yuri, whatever. So, but like in terms of pro level, like it's not the same. Like watching pro level COD and how teams play in scrims and lands and stuff is a completely different game than rank play, in my opinion at least. This was so crazy. Actually, I want to see that P1 again. Could they have done anything?
Someone's out of contest.
The fight for the point is Sip is able to get one. 10 points. First up is going to be draws. Hellstorm is locked and loaded. We'll see when it comes into play. 10 points down. Beezy able to get two. Another
might get a Hellstorm.
Everything so close to the Hellstorm. Makes diamonds. Beezy able to get two. Another
might get a Hellstorm.
Everything so close to the Hellstorm. First up is going to be draws. Hellstorm is locked and loaded. We'll see when it comes into play. 10 points down.
Someone's out of contest.
Hellstorm in. The fight for the point is Sip is able to get one. Heretics are searching for a point. They're able to get two.
Oh my god. The Hellstorm looks so insane.
Easy gonna launch into it. We are not. The streak will hit. Someone's gotta get on it.
Oh, that's crazy. There's straight bang you.
Not done yet. Graza's got the help from the top. Graza is in. Phase have not yet. Graza's got the help from the top.
Wait, did Sib not see Real here?
We are not done
When jumping out of top dark? Oh my god, that's what it was. Right?
done yet. Graza's got the help from the top. Graza is in. Phase have
Yeah, because dude, they think they have his U covered. Wow, look at the timing on that. Simp doesn't see Real go from P3.
done yet. Graza's got the help from the top. Graza is in. Phase have got it or have they? Got the help from the
I mean, if Simp has like 1 more second and sees this guy, not even 1 more second, like half a second, sees this guy, and he actually has to take a gunfight, the fact that Real doesn't shoot him, he makes the fucking play. Dude, if he kills Simp right here when he sees him, they lose the game because the trade instantly comes in because they're looking at it. But since he has a trigger discipline not to shoot this guy, the guy on time isn't looking low U because he thinks Simp has it and didn't get an engagement, obviously, and the guy just kills him all time. Real actually just made the fucking play.
Someone's got to get on it. A BZ gonna launch into it. We are not done yet. Graza's got the help from the
He intentionally doesn't shoot Simp here the whole time.
We are not done yet. Graza's got the help from the
He sees him the whole time. He's like, whoa, 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 I can't shoot him. And then he shoots the guy on time. Route Man gets paid. I mean, I don't even think it's Route Man. He's going straight to the hill. He just knows when to shoot and when not to shoot. That's not even a route. That's literally taking the quickest way to the hill.
We almost passed out.
Yeah. I forgot how to breathe.
That was an insane ending though. But Real made the fucking play.
I mean, this just starts from the P3.
Number of times they actually got in.
The fact that it even went to final P1 is crazy though. With how this shit was. They should have. I feel like they should have won on the P3.
Simp, I mean, he gets a couple of key multi-kills after Rentor's able to find some towards this P3 to get us to a P4. Then Celium wins the one-on-one at the end of P3. I don't know who is it on the other side. Was it a BZ that somehow just gets in towards the rock kill? Then he starts to go crazy. But yeah, it's Simp. Then there's the flank. You have this one-on-one right here. And I thought it was done right there with the slide. And now on rotation, it's up to Draza and a BZ. Well, you just kept.
Does any of the Optic players use control freaks? I don't think so. No, not any of the current players. I don't remember the last person I coached that used control freaks. Maybe Clay.
The pressure able to close it out. 'Cause that's when you lose
Clay was the last one I think I coached that used a control freak.
for 3 straight points. That might just break you. That might break you.
I mean, I don't think we've casted for how long now? I've never seen anything like this. Comes down to the wire. What, 30 seconds? You're waiting for this long route on Real. And I thought maybe this was it, right? Because that's the first one. Real's taking the route. But everybody wins gunfights for FaZe. There's a clean 3 dead. Super can't do anything. So we're thinking.
That was an insane map though.
P1.
Insane ending. That might be one of the best endings
The Hellstorm. FaZe just made
in CDL era. Maybe even COD era of Hardpoint.
to make sure Miami couldn't find this final second.
I just got to see the final sequence again. The
Well,
fact he
just
gets
like
the
they
Hellstorm.
spawn fences, I think is what really threw FaZe off. After this set of kills right here, what the players of Miami spawn fences, so they just have this crazy little entry through connector.
The final moment again. A wild battle here at Fountain. Rancor I thought had 2. But it's
Wait, chat. Has anyone watched Solo Leveling? I'm not big into anime, but someone told me to start watching it. I watched the first episode the other day, and I think I'm gonna continue it.
a Heretics fan or player, you take a side.
Like the only ones I've ever, or like the only like shows I ever watched were like Dragon Ball,
But add another.
like the OG ones, like Dragon Ball, Naruto, Avatar, those type of shows.
Yeah, we owe this. Major 2
Actually, I did watch Attack on Titan. I think like season 1 or something, but I don't know. Maybe I didn't give it a fair chance in college, or maybe I was like fucking
1-0.
focused on some other shit.
A crazy one to start us off. Remember, Heretics are going to be
Oh, it's more Korean than Japanese. I didn't even realize. I was watching the dub version, so I didn't even tell.
win.
Makes sense though.
Unbelievable stuff in the map 1. So now we will get to FaZe's pick in the search and destroy.
We need dynamic aim assist Jade. Yeah, the dynamic response curve. I mean, I don't know how you would ever GA it, so. Am I liking it? I mean, yeah, it was good. I only watched that first episode though, so it wasn't like much, but it was like a cool idea, I think. Zin told about it? No, someone else, some other friend told me about it. I didn't know he was watching it though.
Honestly, they just won 2 P2s in a row. In a really, it was a solid first push out of phase, but they can never get the spawn.
Alright, chat, I can watch this next one and then I'll have to chill, or I have to go after this. But we'll watch the protocol search.
Two teams met up though on protocol on this A arsenal. And if phase switch it up.
Weird take, but even though Miami won map 1, FaZe had momentum going to map 2, a comeback like that definitely had more confident than ever. Oh yeah, for sure. I'm also really surprised that
He slowed down though. Yeah, somehow.
Miami played them on protocol. I thought Miami auto veto protocol search. No, what did they veto? Oh, they veto rewind. I thought they played more rewind than protocol. I was actually surprised in the moment that they played them on protocol.
Can they slow down this A arsenal? And if phase switch it up.
Have a good day, Scrimsman. Heading at A. Appreciate that, Steven. Thanks for tuning in.
Likes to see. It's gonna be phase on attack first.
Cell shooting. And that map won.
He slowed down though. Yeah, somehow ends up negative.
That's true, actually. He was fine. I mean, at one point he was double positive for like a long stretch. The exact opposite combo for Rancor is he started like.
Who do we scrim today?
Ends up going nuts.
Federal question, unfortunately.
Special, bro. Like, they were to be saying his name for a long, long time.
Federal question.
He finds the opening. Rialdo is lurking, and he's gonna have plays like that. That's gonna drive a BZ insane.
Well, and I thought maybe they checked that because Cell threw a stun there, and he got a tag. So he just checked that spot. Draws us.
Hope the day is going well, JP. Hey, appreciate that.
So 4 versus 2 here for Simp and Cell.
1v3 now to Simp. He's been spotted. He's been dropped. Another Heretics player in a corner. They like to lurk.
How is it a Fed question if you who are you all scrimming? Because if Ant or Brandon or someone answers later on about how scrims went, and I told you who we scrimmed, then there's some federal shit that goes on, you know?
That Cell break off. He threw a stun there. You just don't check it, or you don't expect anyone there. Yeah, nice little first blood.
I'll give you a hint though. What's a good hint I could give you?
Ends up getting caught by Rentor.
Let's see.
For the offensive action over towards A.
I actually forgot who we scrimmed today anyway.
Exactly once they get trophies. But yeah, 2 for Rancor, 2 for Real in a round victory here.
One team that is on our side of the bracket and one team that is on the other side of the bracket. One of the teams going to champs? Yeah, heard that.
Looking for an opening. He will be the play caller. Might be Super, that's the shot caller, but Real will be the one finding those openings.
So Surge and Thieves? Well, Surge and Thieves are both on the other side of the bracket.
Kind of that raid boss over towards A.
So one of FaZe Toronto, Carolina, and one of Thieves Miami Surge.
Now, what does his team do to follow it up?
And Boston, sorry.
Traded out. Cell will eventually get a BZ trying to get aggressive. Super might be in trouble. We'll see if he can hit the shot. He will hit the shot. That is a hell of a gunfight win. Simp gonna drop as well. It's all on Cell now. 1 versus 2.
Yeah, I mean, Super just backs
Lion, it's not FaZe. They play in round 1. We've scrimmed FaZe
info. Able to spot both of them. Just needs one more bullet.
since the last major, so that's not true.
Now, what do you do? Do you go for the objective? Do you challenge?
Some teams are playing the team they play round 1, but only this week.
He's worried about the push. Pistol out for a second. 10 seconds to go. They gotta get the plan. Cell spot for info.
That was a thing usually when we would only have 2 weeks in between the major 4, or like the last major and champs.
Happening to Heretics. The 2 top
But now that we have a full month, some teams have been playing people that they'll play on their side of the bracket for the first week. Just this first week though.
Objective, but heck of a 1 versus 2 there for Cell.
You guys gotta add the Swooty special to your playbook on Hossie. Don't think that's gonna happen, Trays. Appreciate it though.
But maybe more impressive.
Appreciate the input, but I don't think we're gonna add that one to the playbook.
Now by a BZ.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
4-hit open to Office Trust.
Now Rancor yet to
But that wasn't the play. They didn't even know what they wanted to do after they 4-hit open. That was a problem.
be the case. 2 players spiral for Heretics.
Someone's already already up. Look at number 4. Real is already in the house. And well, it's going to be a double up.
Theirs was just 4-hit open and get to their side open. After that, it was just like, what the fuck we got to do after this? It's like, we got here, but what's, you know, it's like that common, like, this joke of like, shit, we made it here, but what do we do now?
Ranker Real are 7-1 so far.
It's like, I didn't think I was going to make it this far. No one was open.
Stuns though from base, so good. And the counter nade. Cell's gonna get dropped though. It's on Sip to clutch up. Able to win one. And take out this.
Guessing there's no map changes before champs. Could there be one for EWC, or is it pointless? I think there's a possibility it could be one for EWC, but definitely not champs, obviously. Champs is confirmed with same map set, but EWC, it could be up in the air. It really depends on what map, or not what map, what patch we move on to. If we move on to the newest patch and Fringe is out, I could see us maybe trying Fringe for EWC. I wouldn't put it past anyone, but I would assume if I had to bet on something, I feel like I would. Oh no, it would depend on the patch. Really, it depends on if we move to the new patch. If we're on the old patch, it's guaranteed would say the same, obviously. But if it's new patch, then I could see us trying out a map. Oh, is it raining? Oh, it's like drizzling outside. Damn it. Do you know if there's any good ways to find local tourneys anymore, or are they a dying breed? Jesus, I don't know, dude. I would guess try and find Twitter accounts of LAN tournaments near your area. But honestly, I don't know. How do people even go about doing that nowadays? Where it's not as where they're not as public with it. I would assume also checking out any like internet cafe. I don't want to say internet cafe, but like LAN centers that might be around your area. But yeah, I don't think it's as poppin' anymore.
Real has 2 first bloods. FaZe have 0.
Oh, so it's 4-0. Okay.
And that's a
Do
problem.
we scrim challengers too, like when FaZe was on the early year sump?
Right, I mean, over
No.
towards that B bomb site, you just cannot get caught. And well, Metals.
We'll scrim challengers if there's no other team to play, basically.
Flanking.
Yeah, I mean, if you have all 4 players there,
It's much easier at the beginning of the year
gets caught early, you're right.
when they have
All the clutch to get him
a lot of reps and haven't improved at like a lightning speed, similar to how pro teams do. But at this point in the game, I don't think it's beneficial, personally. Maybe in search or something.
What, in that round 1, they got some eyes on him, he hits the nade, that's gonna be time.
Maybe you just test out stuff that you want to do or
The other side, whoa.
get ideas, but
So quick in these
if anything, it
rounds,
would just
so
be
much
search.
information given to his team because of him. And while Super, another first blood. Rialdo does get caught by Celium. Bomb though going down. Well, maybe not. He's gonna hop off of this because they don't have a ton of information. Celium though might get hunted down by 3 of Miami Heretics. He knows this and he's like, I'm getting to my friends.
Hell of a life there out of cell. Gets the kill.
Only a couple locals a year, like under 12. Jesus.
Help out. Can he get another one? He gets caught. Metals with a big one. Draws it though with the trade. 2 versus 2. Pressure coming to Helly. Simp is able to win his fight. Draza just dancing, then dropping. 1 versus 1. Sip's already
Also, challengers don't play on the same patch, so they can't. Oh, that's true. That's true too.
second round on
It would not even be beneficial at that point.
Simp is going to get eyes.
You're right. I didn't even think about that.
The timing. The check. Simp will get there. Simp will close it out.
So again, that's what we were bringing up at the beginning of the stream. But it'll be interesting to see because challengers are going to EWC.
But that round is all Celium. He brings it back after a easy dive.
If we move on to the new patch, they'll have a lot more reps on 4.0 than we do.
Plays a good bait so Draza can pick up the trade.
So we'll see how that works out. Or if we just go to straight to 3.0, we'll have more reps than they do.
Round and you don't have
Or not straight to 3.0, but stay on 3.0.
at the same time, you've relied on clutches for both. This could very easily be a blowout.
Who are 2 players that you would love to coach? 2? I don't know about 2. 1 would be Damon. I want to see how Damon is as a player
But they've got
compared to
got a change
coaching.
here in their early round.
That's how I've always said that.
Super. Real finding far too many openings in picks.
I feel like it would be similar, but I would like to see.
Real right back to finessing mid. AR in hand. He did get spotted.
Did you see the newest soap opera episode, Tom poached Draco? Yeah, I was actually in the stream when he announced it.
He's just trying to find some information.
I thought it was pretty funny.
He's been so patient out of Miami where FaZe just
I think the whole like storyline basis of that is fucking hilarious. I think Tom's doing a really good job with that stuff.
Just trying to find a pick, another first blood to their name.
Yeah, BZ tries to find an opening, not going to happen. We'll hop out to the sky cam here. Just simply place he's absolutely tweaking.
Now we know this is a spot that players like to check though, but I mean I don't know if you're gonna expect this. Real goes all the way to cliffside.
Yeah, if I had to guess, I think EWC will be updated to the new patch.
And behind him,
I don't think Sim's gonna see that.
If I had to bet, I feel like it would be. But again, there's no guarantees here.
Oh, but Sim, he gives the call out, but that's bomb. That is bomb. It's just, can Real do something from this position?
chance to be the hero.
I'll be at Fringe S&D for EWC. I mean, first off, is Fringe gonna play the same? Like, I don't know if it'll play the same. I think it'll still be good structure, and it'll probably still be good as a map, but it'll play like much different without the wall running and shit, right? Unless they make things on, or like add things to the map that'll help out the lack of that, you know? Also, it's not even in the game yet, so we'll see when it actually comes in the game how it looks. But I assume it'll be like, it can't be worse than fucking protocol search, you know, or like, you know, a bad search.
That was almost like better to watch from his POV, yeah, instead of like Sims, because
How much would you say a pro player watches VOD versus play, like 60-40ish, or would you say, or would it be some crazy percentage? I think it depends on the player. Depends on the player. Like some players 100% watch more than they play, and some players 100% play more than they watch. It all depends on the player. I think that's similar to like regular sports and shit too. Actually, I don't know about regular sports, because regular sports, you do get tired and shit a lot faster, so you can't do as much, or like practice as much.
Metal's gonna be the lone guy down here. Does he get one? He gets one.
Cross with Super.
Not gonna get anything. Sim checks it, fries him. They've got bomb site control for now.
I thought Super was going to be able to help him out a little bit more, but that was not the case.
No, he got clothesline. 8 and 3 out of Sim.
Oh shit! I just looked at the time.
Trying to win it.
I'm about to head out. I'll watch the rest of this round. I thought I was gonna have the good enough time for the map, but I gotta head out.
Here comes the retake. It's here quick.
We'll watch the rest of this round though. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys. 2 hours late. Sorry. What? Oh, you literally just got here at the end. But the patch will be the Major 4 patch. We're chilling in the same patch for this new for champs.
Simply no opening.
Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching.
Good luck with that.
Thanks for subbing, following, just tuning in general. And yeah, all right. I'll see you guys later.